Guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to do a story time. This is what it's gonna be. I'm panicking. I'm shaking. So I'm going to tell you a story of how I became homeless in Kenya, in Nairobi, in a place called Mwiki. So this is how it starts. So let me quickly give you a backstory of how I ended up there. First of all, I was born and raised in Kenya, in Malindi. It's a small town. So Malindi is near Mombasa. I used to live there with my mother, my grandmom, and my grandmom's side. But I never knew anyone to extended like my grandmother's family. I never knew them. It's just my grandmom, and then my mom, my aunt, and then my cousins from the aunt, if that makes sense. So in 2004, we had an accident. We had a matatu accident. I'm gonna tell you a story if you like to hear about that. But yeah, we had an accident. It was myself, my mother, and my grandmom. And in that matatu, the only person that died was my grandmom, and everyone else was injured except me. But anyways, this is where everything started. So my grandmom died in the road accident 2004. It was around June, I think. So 2005 now, I had to start school in Nairobi. When it was burial ceremony, is that how you call it? Burial ceremony. A lot of people came there from her family side. And to be honest, I never knew them. That was the first time I seen them. So when they came there, they said, why are you guys living in the coast? You should come and live with us in Nairobi. We should become family again, because it's been a very long time. We never even knew each other. We should come and live together. So we had to go to Nairobi and stay there, because in Malindi, where I come from, apparently they say that in Malindi we are not serious with studies, which I can kind of get it, because in Malindi it's more of a fun place than a place where it's like people go to work, or it's like a mainly holiday kind of thing. So we had to go in Nairobi. My aunt went there. My aunt, her daughter, and a small son, and then with myself and my cousin sister, we're almost same age. So we're supposed to go and study there in Nairobi, and my mom stayed in Malindi so that she can look after the house. So as I was living with the family now in Nairobi, it got to a point that things were not getting good. A family that was living with them, it was the mother and the father, and then there is like 6 or 7 sons, and then there is cousins. Like, it was full of people, and of course they're all new to me, even though they were my family from my grandmother. So anyways, we used to go to school and come back home, and there was a girl that was like a cousin now to me, for the family of my grandmom. Of course I can't mention names. And then I used to, because in school now I started to progress faster, I kind of started to sense the jealousy there, that she would start to complaining, mommy, the Adriano, every time it was Adriano, every time the parents come after me, you're doing this, you're doing that. Like, I was always in the wrong side. But anyways, the rules of the house on that bomber there, for the kids in there, we have to be inside it's like a gated house. We call it a bomber in there. You have to be in there by 6 p.m. I used to respect, and I would stay outside until when it's 6 p.m. I would come back home. But one of the cousins in there, he would still be outside. He would play. He would come back at 8 p.m. There would be no problems. And me now, I started to get into habit. We were playing together. One time now, he came back home, and I don't know what he done. He got beatings from the parents, and the main reason will be, Adriano is the one that's teaching this guy bad manners. For me now, I started to go out, and I used to play with friends. I would go hunting with friends. We would go and hunt birds, and we would go and hunt and squirrels and the hare, the rabbits in the bush. For me, I always liked that lifestyle of being out there chasing animals. Like, it used to be nice because we used to eat them. From where I come from, like, we would literally hunt the birds and then we'll cook them, and it was just, I don't know, man. It's just because of the community, I've been around a community where they eat birds, they eat like wild animals, Giriama people. But anyways, so one day we went to hunt outside, came back home around 6 or 7, came back with dogs. I had like 7 dogs following me because I was always going to hunt, and the dogs would literally follow me like were my dog's friends. I never had a dog, but every time I used to go hunting with the dogs, and we catch an animal, we slaughter the animal, we eat all of us plus the dogs and everyone. So I used to be very, very popular at that place. It's called Mwiki. It's Nairobi, a place called Mwiki. After when you take a bus, it used to be number 17B. Yeah, 17B from Kasarani all the way to Mwiki. It's not very far from Kasarani. So long story short, now coming back home, but the granddad was not happy with me. So there was a room in the boma where they used to make cakes. One of the son used to be very, very good friend of mine, and then he was like, my dad is not happy. He's not happy at all. He's not happy, so you better be prepared. If anytime he comes here, he will beat you up. So I said, I already knew what was gonna happen. But the guy didn't come until around 9 p.m. I was still in there helping the guy to make the cakes. The granddad came with a hose pipe. I don't know if you call it hose pipe or hose pipe, the plastic pipe. I think you know it. He literally went bam, 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 and then he pushed me, man. I fell in a big, like cooking the cooking pans. It's not cooking pans. We call it sufuria. It's like a big where you can make your jollof rice. But because in Nairobi it's very cold, they used to have this massive where I can even stay inside the pan, so that they can boil water and everyone can go shower in the whole family. He literally smacked me so hard until today I have a mark on my thighs. There I have a small mark. He hit me so hard, man. Bam! And then from there he literally pushed me out of anger. I fell into the water with the big pan of water, which was the boiling water for us to take shower. Luckily I had a long sleeve and I had a jeans, and the water was not boiling, it was just a bit warm. So I fell into the sufuria, the jiko is like the cooker, and it has charcoal. It literally fell on me, but luckily because I was drenched with the water and the charcoal did not burn me anything, but it was a bit hot, but it didn't give me any burning or anything. Once I started to see that, and I started to know, this guy is not here to play, like he's dangerous. And every time I come home, they'll beat me, or the brothers there, everything I do, bam, bam, they hit me. And because I was being very respectful in that house, until one day, to cut the meat, and he was like, you're not holding properly. And she got mad, she hit me, bam, with the knife on my hand. And I say from that day, I refused. I go mad. I say, you people are not gonna take me like a mug, man. Everyone is just hitting me like a drum. I go really angry. And then now the brothers, you can't talk this to my sister, ganging on me. I go really mad, and I started literally talking back. The guy went there and he punched me. From there I literally ran out of the boma. I took stones. I started like firing the house with stones, man. Pa 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 everywhere, man, breaking everything. The brothers now started chasing me. The granddad was angry. It's literally like me against all of them in the whole family. Me, I had to literally run away. Then they started telling the neighbors, if you get Adriano, catch him, we need him, da da da. So I stayed outside the house the whole night. They were literally looking for me with torches and everything. Me now, I started to become scared. But anyways, I don't know why my English is becoming bad and I'm in England, man. God damn it. But anyways, I went in there and I had a big bow and arrow. I used to put in front of the arrow, they had like a nail, and then I used to have like poison for snakes and frogs. But anyways, I went in there and I took that one because it was getting dangerous, because the place is near the quarries. And then sometimes you could have like wild animals like hyenas. They used to say there is hyenas, but I never seen the hyenas coming in the city, but they'll be like wild. The dogs will come in like into the area. So I took the bow and arrow, and I was actually prepared for anything, if there is animal or anything. So as I was outside now, I remember I only had shorts and I had a long sleeve which was Under Armour, so I could literally stretch it all the way to cover my legs. So all night, man, I was there. I was thinking, where am I gonna sleep, man? I've effed up everything now. I can't go back in the house. It was crazy, man. I was actually so scared, and I was thinking, what can I do, man? I didn't even know where I should go. So I was there all night, and then all of a sudden I had two big dogs. They were barking, man, fighting right outside the garden, but there was fence. And then they started, now all of a sudden they seen me. The dog started like chasing me. I had my bow and arrow. Man, I was thinking, damn, today I'm actually dying, man. But I was so, because I used to hunt a lot of me, I was ready, man. But luckily nothing happened, and then the dogs literally went out. As it gets darker, it started to become like more scary. I was thinking, yo, I'm actually sleeping outside, you know. Damn, I'm not going back. I'm sleeping outside. I had to get out of the boma now with my bow and arrow, and I was literally beside the house, and I was thinking, if anyone opens the door and say, oh, come, you'll be okay. And I started to say, you know what, I'll just go take the beatings, and then I know I'm not gonna die. I'm just gonna take the beatings and I'm going. But no one opened the door. Around 3 a.m. in the morning, I had a guy. Hey, Wajiko. Sasa si ukuje Wajiko. This guy was calling me Wanjiko. Wanjiko is a female name. Wanjiko, saying, what the hell is this guy called me Wanjiko, man? I took my bow and arrow. I was so scared, man. I was thinking this guy will come and will do anything to me, man. Hey, Wanjiko. I say, si Wanjiko, man. Pore. Ni nani? Hey, kijana, wewe unaishi hapa? And kambia, kijana unaishi hapa means, oh, hey, young man. Are you not the one that you are living in this house? I say, hey, it's me, Adriano. And he was like, why are you outside this time? And I explained the story that the family was like, everything that was happening in the family, they would literally beat me for no reason. They would literally, I was just in the house, and then it was just too much problem in there. And I explained what happened that day. He was like, no, you can't go back in there. You can't go back in there. We all know that family. Oh, they're like that. If you park your car, it's just, there were so many things going on in there. Me, I was not so scared because I know this guy, because I always used to be around there, and he would literally see me. And then if sometimes I have like my cakes from the house, I would literally give him some. And then he was like, Adriano, I can give you some, I can show you somewhere to sleep. And then I went with him. I had my bow and arrow. He was like, oh, you carry this around? I said, yeah. I said, this is good. You have to have something like this one, because if anything. And I said, this guy is the one, man. So we went, man, and he showed me like it was like an abandoned lorry. It's like a lorry. Is it a lorry? Yeah, we call it a lorry even in English. Yeah. So I have like an abandoned lorry, like a small lorry is a canter. And in there were like another 4 or 5 chokoras. And then we literally cover ourselves with blankets, and some of them, they cover themselves with the sacks. We call it sacks, like we put charcoals in there, or potatoes, like sacks. I went there. He was like, kijana, I go a new guy to the family, a new guy. And they started looking at me, hey, how you doing that? Oh, this is the guy from around there. But good thing is, because this guy knew me, man. So I started staying with them there the whole night, man. Until morning came now. I didn't know where to eat. We literally went to the area, because they used to know me around the area. And then I remember one lady helped me, and he's like, oh, you don't even have money? I said, no. The guy was like, oh yeah, this guy, he's been chased at home, he doesn't know where to go. So they gave me food. They gave me we call it mandazi and surwa. I ate so good that morning. And then from there, that's how I became a homeless man. Basically, I was wanted. So they were saying, if you go there, they will beat you. Oh, they say if they can catch you, even tell police and stuff like that. So I started to become scared, and I ran away from that city now, like around there, and I went to live around the quarries area. So I would literally go to my friends, take the dogs, we go hunting, and then after that I was just living like that, man. I take my dogs. It's not my dogs, my personal dogs, but my friends. Now they were like my dogs, because I was always going to hunt. Took the dogs, going to hunt, come back. So one day, after like a week, the lady started to panicking, started to look for me everywhere, the mother now. She came, and people were telling her that I always go to the quarries, and that's where like they put this like explosive, where the ground will literally break, and then they get the massive stones to build the houses. They said, oh, Adriano is in the quarries area. If you go there, you can find him there. So I went there, and she literally came with the brothers and everyone. They wanted to catch me. But good thing I had my dogs. I had my bow and arrow, I had my catapult. they're like, Adriano, we're not gonna do anything. And then when they came there now, the brothers wanted to come, but I had my dogs. I literally felt like a superstar, man. I was like, you're in my field now. If anyone comes, I swear I'm literally gonna open fire, man. They knew this guy was crazy. Oh, these people from the coast are crazy. They start begging me, come home. I knew they were literally putting hands behind hands behind their back, and I knew they probably had this we call it nyahunyo. Nyahunyo is like it's like a tail, like a plastic tail, and I knew they would hit me with that, so I didn't go back. I literally just went into the forest with the dogs. From there it became worse. I started to go around. My clothes were getting dirty. I would literally just wash the same clothes in the quarries where there is like water left, and then come back, and I would literally go back and sleep in the van. I would sleep in the van until other guys was like, oh, we need to go find food, because you can't just be getting free food every day. We had to now go to Kasarani areas. We would literally go to find food, and it was bad because finding food, it was not an easy task. To get food, it was not an easy task. So I would go around, like going and behind the lorries. We literally go on the lorries and we hang there, and then we go inside. Like there is a big massive tip, like some hotels will throw like leftover food, bread and stuff like that. So we'll eat through those. We'll eat in the lorries, and we carry some food, we bring it back home.
Atukuzalo tukuje tukode takataka Mukuru. Ni life imekutuko hapa. Si hapo kuuliza si wengi wanafurahia wanafanya hii kazi.
And you'll get to a point that when it's night time now, I have to go outside with the guys. Now I'm part of the gang now. We literally just go there in a savage mode. Somebody take a poo on the hand, and they say, if you don't give me money, I'm putting poo on your face or on your clothes. We don't beat anyone, but if somebody see poo on the hand and they look nice, they're going to work or they're going somewhere, they don't have other option. They have to give you money. They give you something, and you know, oh, this guy is understanding our situation. They give us money, and then from there we escort them. We say, no, it's okay. He can literally go. So it was literally a Chokoraa lifestyle. A Chokoraa is a homeless, and it was literally bad. It never go any better. As day goes by and you start to meet other Chokoraas, they will literally hold knives. They would literally do any crime at night. It was so bad. It was so bad. After that, now there was a lady used to fancy me, and she used to sell fish. And it's not even a fish. It was literally like the skeleton of the fish. Because in Mwiki, that area, the fish was very expensive. I used to go there. She used to fancy me. She was an old woman. And then, oh, you want to come home? You want to come home? Why don't you come home? You can stay with me. But me, I was so scared. Me, I don't know why I was scared to go to live with her than staying with the boys. I preferred to literally be Chokoraa with the boys, because it was good times. He was always having a laughter. We'll hustle there, here and there. And it was... But anyways, it was a dangerous lifestyle because anything could have happened at night. Some of our friends literally got killed because he mixed with another gang, and they literally had a fight, and they literally stabbed the guy. So it was bad. It was bad. Until now, I had no other option, and I told the woman I need to call my mom, and I told her the story. I called my mom because I was scared to tell my mom that I was homeless. I called my mom and I said, Mom, I don't have anywhere to sleep. I'm homeless. My mom nearly died on the phone. Mwanangu, my son, you're joking. I say, no, seriously, I'm homeless. They've done something terrible at home, and I can't go back. They will kill me, or they will beat me. I was so scared. At that time, and I said, no, I can't go back home. My mom quickly, she called my aunt, said, go and bring my son. My aunt said, you see, I told you. But my mom is because that. My mom didn't do that because she wanted me to go and have a bad life. My mom wanted me to have a better life because she knew I was gonna be lost where I was coming from in Coast. Because I started to go around, I would come back home. I was just a naughty child. I would go outside, and I wanted to experience a lot. And because I didn't wanted to put effort into studying, my mom took me to Nairobi. There at least I can do well in school, which in fact I became so good in school because the system in schools were much better than the cost. So after I told my mom that my mom had to tell my aunt to come and bring me. So when my aunt came there now, she had to go in the house. and take my clothes and stuff like that. And I went back home that day. I took shower, And then I was actually so scared, man. But I said, if anyone touches me, I knew I would literally, I said, if anyone touches me now, I've stayed outside, I would take a stone and I would bust on somebody's head. But they didn't do anything. You can stay here, we can talk over. When the night came, me and my aunt, we said we are going somewhere. So we had our bags and everything. We literally ran away. So my aunt would call them like mom or something like that. So with respect, when she went back home, she forgot her wallet and we couldn't go back. We couldn't go back. So we ended up with no money now. So I remember in that place in Mwiki, there is a small mosque in that area. I literally went there, and then they said, what happened? And we explained the story. We don't have money. And I remember we stayed in the mosque that day. We slept there. They done donation. They literally donated some money for us to have to travel back home. We took bus 2 days after, and then me and my aunt, we literally came back to Malindi. I remember when I seen my mom, she literally hugged me so tight, and thinking, my mom was crying. She literally was crying. She said, I felt like she was gonna die, because she was literally panicking. She was thinking, my son became a homeless. But until today, she never knew that I was homeless for a very long time. I was almost 2 weeks in the streets, almost 2 weeks. But she literally thought it was maybe a day or two, because I didn't want to tell her the truth. I knew if my mom knew I was like that for a very long, she would have probably had a heart attack, because I'm the only son to my mom. And when my dad left me, it was just me and my mom. But anyways, go back home, my mom hugged me, and then from there, like, everything was different. But I'm not saying this to shame the extended family of my side. If I see them today, I will say hi, but I can't forget. I became homeless because of them. And my mom, if my mom knew it would have gone to that position, she would not let me be with them at all.
Tunauliza ndo tupate pesa yetu ya jioni. Unajua jioni nitataka niende ni buy bangi yangu, ni buy nini yangu, na sina pesa. Nikikosa tafuta option B itakuwa mbali, kuje nichukue cha lazima. Ukinyang'anya hapo nje utasikia mzuri, mtanipiga mob justice nikufe. Hiyo itakuwa poa. Hiyo ndio kwa nimekufa kifo ujinga. So na bibi kutafuta lilishi sana.
But it's just the fact that my mom wanted me to study and become better. So shout out to my mom, shout out to my aunt. She's always been there for me. Until today, if we talk, I send them my songs. My aunt every day says, keep on going. She calls me my son and say, keep on going, because from where you started, I know anything you do it so good. So at least I know I have support from my family. I know my family still care about me and they love me. And for that reason, until the death of me, they will always be in my heart, in my prayers and everything. So shout out to my aunt, my mom, everyone that's watching this. But anyways, I'm very bad at explaining stories. I'm really, really bad at explaining stories. I hope if you have a family, or if anyone watches this and then you are not treating the other person right, please stop that, because I could have ended up maybe be killed out there. I could have ended up in a bad position in life because of a family like that. Shout out to all the people who are homeless back home. I pray and believe that one day at least you're gonna find a home, and you're gonna have a place to stay. Like now, I can say I am in England right now, where I never thought in my life I would come and live in England. For me, it was like a dream. It was like a dream to be in an aeroplane. Now I live in England. I have a family in England. From where I came from to where I am so thankful to my God, because I know He's being real to me, and the experience that I have with the connection with God, I know He is real and He's doing things for me, and for that I will always be grateful. So anyways, guys, like I said, I don't know how to explain stories, but I have a lot of stories to explain and tell, like so many stories. Anyways, all in all, I would say God is good, and then be blessed wherever you are. In Kenya, I shall see you very soon. I know I'll come back home. Let's pray for one another that this corona finishes, and then we can come back home together. I have some songs I need to come in Kenya. I know I have to perform some songs. Anyways, I've got mad love for you, and thank you for watching. If you've watched all this way up to here, god damn it. So, one love.